YouTube, know the face, know the name. 2020 is a year where everything's just going crazy. You know, you've got Michigan governors encouraging the assassination of our president. You've got Amazon banning books based off of COVID. It's gone ridiculous. There are still people getting silenced all over Facebook and YouTube, going to Facebook jail for stuff that was posted back in 2018. I know I told you guys last week I was going to try to do the show live today, but we had a couple complications. One of those is that YouTube requires us to have at least 1,000 followers or subscribers before we could go live, so I need you guys' help with that. And the second is Mayor Roger Lingerfelt of Brainsville. I've called him several times to get a representative from him to talk over the next 4 or 5 constitutional rights, and he's been refusing. I have an issue with this, not because he personally won't talk to me, but the fact is we're talking about people that are in power, but yet they don't have time for the citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the issue is lying. When you're in a government office, your job is to maintain order and law for the citizens, but yet no one takes the time to hear what the citizens have to say. Now, this channel is designed for constitutional rights, so we're going to go over a few of them today. The first one we're going to talk about is the 12th Amendment right. Since we're getting so close to with November being right around the corner in the election, the 12th Amendment states that each elector, or any nominee, must cast distinct votes for the vice president. What that means is, like, you can't go in, like you see everything right now with Trump and Pence. You know, you can't just vote twice for Trump to help get Pence in. Pence needs to be voted in as well, and it has to be done off of the majority of the vote of the Electoral College. Okay? Now, our 13th Amendment was passed on January 31st, 1865, and it took them until December 6th of that year to get it ratified. And that constitutional amendment was designed to I can't even find the word. It was to get rid of and to destroy slavery. And the 13th Amendment states that it abolishes all slavery. See, that's the word I was looking for, but I couldn't get to it. Abolish all slavery or individual servitude unless you are convicted and tried and have a felony, a conviction felony. Then you are allowed to be enslaved or put into servitude as part of your punishment. Okay? Now, the 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868, and that grants citizenship to all persons born or naturalized. And what that means by naturalized is like the Native Americans. Okay? Now, keep in mind, I made that statement, the Native Americans, and then we'll go on with the rest of this constitutional amendment. It states that all of them are guaranteed equality as a citizen all the way down and to the protection of all laws. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you actually take the time to go into a Native American reservation, their laws seem to be governed by their own people. Okay, they do not have faith in our federal government. Of course, then again, a lot of people don't, right? Right? Okay, so we're going to move on to the 15th Amendment. Now, the 15th Amendment prohibits the federal government or state to deny the rights of any citizen to vote based on race, color, sexual orientation, religion, or from previous conditions of servitude. All right? Now, I want you to back that up a little bit where we talk about the 13th Amendment and then you get to the 14th Amendment. The reason why this amendment is very important in today's society, especially in the state of Alabama, is that's stating flat out that you have a right to vote, period. Unless you are convicted of a felony covering these 3 categories. These 3 categories, of course, are murder, bribery, and sexual offenses. Now, if you have a felony in those three categories, you lose your rights to vote all the way around. But yet in the state of Alabama, there are so many people that have felonies on victimless crimes or felonies that are not in the category of these crimes, and yet they're losing their right to vote. And the reality of it is, people, that if you were sentenced for, say, like possession and sales of a controlled substance, and you served your time, by the amendment laws, you are legally allowed to have your right to vote and participate in a political avenue as soon as you completed your sentence. Okay? But now they want you to beg and plead your governor to get your voting rights back. And that's now how it should be. If you have completed your sentence and you are not convicted of murder, sexual offenses, or bribery, then you are legally to have your right to vote back. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it hundreds of thousands of times, this is our country. There isn't anything in this country I don't cherish. We've had so many opportunities to put an end to some of this petty stuff that's been going on. Back in my day, and I never thought I'd be one of those people to say that, but I guess I am. In my day, we had a higher tolerance for things that were out of our personal norm. Okay? 2020, it seems like, and I hate to point fingers because it seems to be the millennials all down, a majority of them, and might hurt your feelings, but you know, that's how life is. Freedom of speech, my First Amendment rights. Everybody is easily triggered over petty, little, tiny, molecular, stupid things, concepts. People get their feelings hurt because, oh, I'm gay and they're making fun of gays, blah, blah, blah. Back in my day, we tolerated people's sense of humor. There are people that take and find a lot of things in life funny. I'm one of those people. We're classified as white trash. I can find things hilarious that other people will be easily offended by. And it's just my generation. My generation, the generations before us, we're not so easily offended. So why is these millennials on down so easily triggered? Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, the reality of it is that's how they're conditioned. It's part of a grander scheme. These draconian laws that they're trying to push, the control mechanism that we're dealing with and facing in today's society has been set in motion for a long, long time. And I'm talking about from the 40s on now. What separates our country from the other countries is our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. And that pretty much gives us the right to know that our government is corrupt. It gives us the right to know that our government's all about power and enslavement. Other countries don't have that Constitution or Bill of Rights. And now what they're trying to do is they're trying to annihilate our Bill of Rights. And it's up to us, the citizens, to stand up. So like I said before, go get your petitions started. Get yourself a platform. Get involved in your local politics. Support your small businesses locally. And whatever you do, don't take anything produced by the mainstream media as true facts. Because they get paid to keep you afraid and to keep us all separated. That's all I got for today, y'all. Go out there, do your thing. I'm going to try to do some live stuff. We're trying to create a Facebook group for the channel. It's becoming a little difficult lately because, you know, there's censorship all over. Google's known for it now. Amazon's now doing it with certain books. Zuckerberg's already been pinged more than once for trying to silence people on YouTube. And Facebook's doing the same thing. I had that backwards. Zuckerberg is Facebook. But you guys know what I'm saying. Till next week, guys. We'll try to go live on Facebook. Rock on.